Okay. So now we will discuss about the structure of the interior of the Earth and the various material and the various layers on the surface of the Earth. Right? So can you all see the screen? Is it visible to all of you? Can you all see the Wikipedia? So in
Yes,
Wikipedia,
yes,
there is one topic called Earth. So
yes, yes.
here we have
How
already
visible?
what you can say discussed about the how the Earth has been formed, or the geological history, origin of life and evolution on the Earth. That we have already discussed. Now we will be discussing about the internal structure of the Earth. So as we have discussed now that with the help of the seismic waves, we have come to know about the internal structure of the Earth. So the Earth's interior, like that of the other terrestrial planets, is divided into layers by their chemical or physical properties. So the outer layer is chemically distinct, silicate or solid crust. So the upper layer that is the lithosphere is made up of silica and aluminum, and that is why it is called as SIA. So the upper layer that is the lithosphere is it of a silicate solid crust. Silica means silica is found maximum in the upper layer. That is why silica and aluminum both. That is why it is called as SIA. So which is we can say which is underlain by a highly viscous solid mantle. We have seen that solid mantle is there, the outer mantle is solid, while the inner mantle is what you can see the liquid. So the crust is separated from the mantle through the Mohorovičić discontinuity. So what is this Mohorovičić discontinuity? Mohorovičić discontinuity is the discontinuity between the upper layer of the earth crust and the lower what is the mantle. That is you can see here. See that you can see here, that is Mohorovičić discontinuity. Mohorovičić discontinuity means what? Key the discontinuity between the upper layer of the earth crust and the lower layer of what you can see the mantle. So that is what is discovered by Mohorovičić who was in geography. That is why it is called as discontinuity, or which is also called as Moho discontinuity. Right? Faisal, can you please mute yourself? Hello? Hello Faisal, can you please mute yourself? Okay, fine. So here you can see that Moho discontinuity is the boundary between the Earth's crust and the mantle. Right? We have seen the Earth's solid crust and the liquid mantle of the Earth. So the boundary between these two has been what you can say discovered by Mohorovičić, and that is why it is called as Moho discontinuity. Correct. Then again, the discontinuity between the mantle and the what you can say the core is discovered by another what you can say the scientist, and the name is given by him. That is called as Lehmann discontinuity. That we'll discuss here. So the thickness of the crust varies about 6 kilometers under the oceans, and the crust and the core that is rigid, and the top of the upper mantle are collectively known as the lithosphere. So upper layer is called as lithosphere. So upper mantle and the crust both collectively are called as lithosphere, and it is of the lithosphere that tectonic plates are composed. So the tectonic plates, in the case of plate tectonics, we have studied that the upper layer is we can say divided into various plates. So this plates is made up of the upper crust as well as the upper mantle. So beneath the lithosphere is an asthenosphere. Asthenosphere is relatively low viscosity layer on which the lithosphere rides. That is, asthenosphere is in molten format, while the lithosphere is in the solid format. And this molten asthenosphere, the lithosphere, what you can say, the moves, which it drifts. Right? In continental drift, we have seen the plates are drifting over the molten format. So important changes in the crystal structure with the mantle occur at 410 to 660 km below the surface, spanning transition zone that separates the upper and lower mantle. Beneath the mantle, an extremely low viscosity liquid of the outer core lies above the solid inner core. So core is again divided into two cores, that is inner core and upper core. So the outer core is liquid while the inner core is solid. So Earth's interior core, Earth's inner core might rotate at slightly higher angular velocity than the remainder of the planets. That is what is explained here. So the radius of the inner core is about 1/5 that of that. So core is very small, right? Although the area occupied by the core is very small, but it has a high amount of particles in the matter, because the core is made up of particles in the solid because of the high pressure, and that is why since the high pressure, the maximum matter of the earth lies in what we can say in the core, although the core has only 1/5 of the total size of the earth. The size of the core or the radius of the core is only 1/5 of the total size of the earth, but the matter which lies in the core is having what you can say the height. So the upper layer is made up of Cr, which is called as silica and aluminum. The middle level, that is the mantle, is made up of what you can say that is made up of the SiMa, that is silica and magnesium, while the inner core is made up of nickel and ferrous. So Cr, then SiMa and Nife, that is Nife, that is nickel and ferrous. So interior of the earth, as we move more inside in the interior of the earth, we have nickel and ferrous, and we have what we can say and the middle we have a SiMa, that is made up of silica and magnesium, while the upper layer is made up of silica and aluminum, which is called as Cr. So lithosphere is made up of Cr, the mantle is made up of SiMa, while the core is made up of nickel and ferrous. Fine. So that is what is explained here. So various types of discontinuities also we will see. Questions may not be asked in the various types of discontinuity, which is pretty what I can say, which is mentioned here. But you just need to remember that the Earth's interior is having different layers, and that the material, the liquid material which lies in the middle of the what you can say the interior of the Earth, that is in the mantle, that is the cause for the movement of the plates on the surface of the Earth, which leads to formation of various landforms, that is mountains, plateaus, where you can say plateaus and the valleys. All these are formed due to the internal forces. Fine. So this is what this much is about. This much is sufficient for you to study as a GS. Probably next class, what will be discussing now? Next tomorrow, maybe what I will be discuss. I will be discussing with you that which type of landforms are located in which type in the various continents in the world. Right? We have seen there are total 7 continents in the surface of the Earth. So what we need to do, that we will discuss one by one each particular the continents, that which mountain ranges are located in the on the Africa, which valleys are located in the Africa, then which rivers are located in the Africa, which whether the mountain ranges are the cold mountain ranges or volcanic mountain ranges, or any other what you can say the types of physical features have been found in any particular continent, that we will discuss from tomorrow onwards. Probably let me check it out whether I will be able to take the class tomorrow or not. I will inform you. If I take a class tomorrow, then we will be discussing continent wise physical features of the continents, right? We like all the continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Australia, then Europe. We will discuss about all these what we consider continents in the what we consider on the surface of the Earth. Fine. So any doubts about the interior of the Earth? Hello, am I audible to all of you? Hello. Ashwarya, your voice is not clear. Can you please repeat it again?
Hello.
Yes, Ashwarya.
Is it audible?
Yes, yes.
हाँ सर, आपकी आवाज आ रही है और कुछ डाउट भी नहीं है.
कुछ डाउट नहीं. ठीक है, then we will stop here. Tomorrow we'll continue. Fine.
Fine sir.
Okay.